right, we're live once again in the Krypt. Live in the Krypt. This is 3 nights in a row. I'm back to getting on to streaming, supporting you guys in the indie community. And tonight I got 2 people I'm a big fan of, and I love what they're doing over in Acrostar. Welcome once again, Myna, who's been on the show probably 3 or 4 times, who's a producer, an actress. I'm sure Steve will say the ladies out there really hustling and networking and doing some really great things that lined up this interview and other interviews with other movies. So thank you for being here, Ann. And then we got, yeah, well, we're glad to have you once again. I'm always excited to sit down and talk to you. And I think the second time now, maybe third, for Steve coming on the show from Acrostar. He's the writer, producer, the genius madman, whatever you want to say, behind these great scripts that he's putting out. Mr. Steve Hermann with 2 N's. Don't forget those 2 N's. I did it. I had to rechange everything because I forgot that damn second N.
Well, thank you for having me.
Oh, hey, man, I'm excited to have you. Like I said, I just rewatched It Came From Somewhere today. Love that movie. I just, there's something about it that's just a lot of fun. And I was excited when I saw the trailer, but I didn't know what it produced. You guys can find this on Tubi. I know you guys are working on a sequel. We got a ton to talk about, but well done with that. And also with the one with Angel Bradford you just had that came out, and I was watching. No, I can't. I had it on my list. What's the movie you did with Angel? Desperate Souls.
Desperate Souls.
My bad. I had it on the tip of my tongue. I had Trepidity. I had it down. I was even bragging to Ann. I got this down. I could not say Trepidity in the last time that we were talking. So I was real proud of myself. And then I can't remember, Desperate Souls. Terrible. But that was a really good one too. Very different movies. And that is one thing I love about what you do. Every movie is very different, except for probably the sequel to It Came From Somewhere.
Yeah, I like to keep things different, to stay out of the norm, like the usual indie horror films you see out there. I try to be on the opposite side of that. Just make horror movies, make them compelling, give them some life. And we just want to be on the outside, I guess you can say.
I think what you guys are doing is amazing. And I got to give big props to you and big props to Ann, because I see her out there just, like I said, she's really out there grinding and hustling. Once I put, hey, I'm getting ready to start doing live in the Krypts, she reached out to me, DM'd me. I'm here like, well, let's do one tomorrow. And here you guys are. So thank you to Ann. She really does a lot in the indie community, and she's a talented lady.
Yes, she is.
Thank you so much.
We've
got a lot of different types of films, so I feel like I have to constantly be telling people what the different films are about, because like Steve said, he doesn't want to be super predictable. And some of the ideas come from books that Steve has written that are adapted to film. So Desperate Souls is an example of that. He wrote an anthology, and we're adapting those short stories. Desperate Souls turned out to be a feature film. Some of the others we're keeping as shorts. And then things like They Came Back, or It Came From Somewhere, was just a matter of him watching TV at night and thinking, wouldn't that be cool to do a 1950s style movie? So some things just pop into his head, and other things are based on prior works.
Right. It was Mystery Science Theater 3000 that got me into It Came From Somewhere.
I loved it. I just thought it really hit. It's for an hour-long movie. It's entertaining. You definitely achieved what you went out to do. It had that 50s vibe. I loved the look of the movie. I enjoyed a lot about that movie. So I was excited when Ann told me you guys had a sequel coming out.
Yeah, so we're on the verge of releasing the sequel to that. It's called They Came Back From Somewhere. So we've done a limited theatrical premiere in the area in central Illinois where we filmed. That way a lot of people who worked background can come and see themselves on the big screen. And we did a similar thing with Attack of the Corn Zombies, which, try to involve the local people. So the areas where we film were very well received, because we do like to try to involve the community.
We got some amazing people in the chat. Matt Skinner, who was on the other day, I I did see him, and it came from somewhere at the end, and now he's going to be starring in it, Air Fryer Slaughter. So that's going to be a lot of fun. That's an interesting one coming up. And you also worked with another good friend of mine, so Bill Russell. So
Yep.
I'm really happy. I mean, you guys have been working with some great people and really talented. The Hefner bunch, like I said, the Hefner family is how many are in it right now? I mean, they're amazing.
Depends on the film.
Yeah,
But
they
yeah,
are
there's a few of them. Yeah.
family.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of times you'll see us work with the same people in different productions, and that's a matter of us having a nice relationship with them. You know, people show up, they're prepared, they do the work, they're great to get along with. I've seen some posts lately saying, you know, maybe that's not a good thing to do, but if you've been on our side of the fence, it ends up being a good thing to do. And people have to be suited to the roles, of course, but it's nice to develop relationships with people because then you know what it's like to have them on set.
Right, and also it builds a chemistry between them. They work well off each other.
Mm.
You got people excited for all your films. Sorority Babes, I've been hearing all over the internet. So you guys got a few projects going on, and we were talking about Disremembered is coming out, and that's coming out soon. And then, I mean, you guys don't take a break, and you also got Sorority Babes, which somebody in the comments first comment out there was so excited for Sorority Babes.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. That I got the idea off. There was a show back in the 90s on the USA network called USA's Up All Night.
Yep, I remember
And
it
they
well.
showed Sorority Babes at the Snowball Rama and horror movies like that. And that's what inspired me to do
Al Havens was
Sorority
in
Babes.
that. He was a guest on the show one time.
What's
We did
that?
a little Night of the Demons. Al Havens was in that
Oh,
movie. He was on the show. We talked a little bit about that as well. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean, a lot of people watched it for Rhonda Shear, but, you know, also for the
Yeah.
movies.
Absolutely.
But that's where that idea came from, something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it makes sense. I mean, the title alone, that's what I initially thought about.
Well,
I mean, I really did.
So there's that combined with the fact that Lynn Lowry was in Attack of the Corn Zombies with us. And as I was taking her back to the airport, we were talking about, you know, like what types of characters you like to play. And we both said, well, you know, psychopath. I mean, that's pretty fun.
I see a little Lynn in you. I do see
Well,
it.
and so she said, well, like maybe you could talk to Steve a little bit, and maybe we could do something where we're like sisters or something. And so that played into what the story is about for Sorority Babes. So Lynn and I are the founders of the sorority.
That's very cool. I actually met her in Taunton a few months back when I was at Monster Expo 3D. She is one of the nicest people. I bought one of her George Romero posters.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
From the Crazies, and she couldn't have been any nicer and sweeter. So I can see why you guys drew to her, and she drew to you as well.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, very, very nice lady.
And of course, we have a bunch of well-known names in the horror industry involved in Sorority Babes as well. Angel Bradford, her solo directorial debut. So she's in it. Yeah, there we go, Matt. I'll kind of run through the cast real quick. There's, I'll look at the poster, make sure I don't skip anybody. So Angel, Lynn, Jessa Flux, Morgan Thompson, Kelsey Livengood, Mia Katz, Ashley Amberlin, and Samantha Hupp.
Very good cast. And like I told you before, I got Angel's one of her screen outfits up there. She's been on the show a few times. She's killing it. She's in a movie with one of my co-hosts, Amanda Kruger, Beatrice Bupley, coming up. She's also in a movie with my other co-host, Brett Wagner, and I think one or two films. I know he's in the one they shot. I can't remember. It's the Leatherface one that they got coming out. It's been The Grind. So yeah.
Yeah, Angel, you got to book Angel way ahead of time because she is always working.
Yeah, she's a busy girl, but she deserves it. Ultra talented, and I'm excited. She was great in Desperate Souls, a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Very very mentally going in that film. That was very different than it came from somewhere. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like almost polar opposites.
Well, that's what I was saying to you before. Is that's the one thing I love. If you get one thing from Acrostar, you might get something totally different in the next film. You can't with Acrostar.
Right.
You never. It's always original and it's always different, and you're not going to see the same thing over and over. And I think it's great. And you guys are banging these movies out too. It's not like it's taken time. I mean, you guys start filming, get it edited, get it done, and you're on to the next thing. You guys do not breathe.
Yeah, I mean, for example, Sorority Babes, we filmed last weekend and we've already put out a clip. Yeah, Steve, like he can't not start post-production right away. And that's one thing that differentiates us as well is, I mean, of course you want to take your time in post-production, you want to, get the best result that you possibly can. But we also feel that we made the movie so that people can see the movie. So to spend a year, or sometimes people spend 2 years in post-production, it's rough on the cast because, quite frankly, you forget about the movie if it takes that long to actually get it out. So we like to, go ahead and satisfy people's curiosities and get the thing turned around.
I think at indie that works well. It keeps people's attention. And they know you're producing a product, and you guys are getting them done, but they are quality products, and they're not just mindless stories. I mean, there's definitely thought into it came from somewhere. As an example, Desperate Souls, very different thoughts in the process, but definitely a lot of thought, and to be able to do it as effectively as you guys are, it really is impressive.
Yeah, I mean, one of the directions we want to go in the future is to be able to raise more money so that we can actually bulk up on the crew side of things. So we do operate with a really, really lean crew. And again, we get it done, but there's behind the scenes shots of me doing the boom mic with Sorority Babes because I wasn't on camera at the time. We'd like to be able to step away from that and bring more crew in. It would make the production run a little more efficiently, but we need to be able to pay those people.
Yeah.
You can only ask for help from friends so many times, so we need to raise more money in order to be able to kind of step it up to that next level where we've got dedicated people to do the boom mic, the sound recording, and then in post production, color grading, and we do have several people for music composition and sound editing at the moment, but again, we can do better if we have more to work with.
You guys will get there. I believe it. You guys are doing something really cool and special over there in Acrostar. So, it'll get there. I know it'll be nice when it does. It'll make you guys enjoy it even more because you guys truly have earned it. You guys not do one role. There's no role when you're working on a project, I'm guessing. If you can do something to help out, that's what you guys are going to do to get this project done and finished right. And it doesn't matter what it is. Even if you have to, I'm sure you've learned a lot just be with the filming and what you've had to kind of make up for and maybe deliver and have to and put in that role and take it on and learned a new skill that actually probably benefits overall.
Right. I'm getting pretty good at sound, I think.
Oh, the sound's great. And I think, I like I said, the editing and production on it's for what you guys do in the short amount of time is fantastic.
Yeah, I find that when we film, though, I mean, having to do so many different things, it kind of takes me like a day per filming day to like recover physically and mentally. I mean, it could be because I'm old, but I'm pretty tired by the time I get home after we film.
Oh, believe me, when I'm setting up one of my tables or something, and a lot of times I gotta be involved in everything, but it'd just be nice to have somebody to do it because by the time I'm done setting up my table and they take long and you got a 3-day weekend and you're packing up Sunday, there's never a moment you're not tired. Never a moment you're not tired. So I do understand what you're saying where I wish I had help so I could enjoy it a little bit more and be able to focus a little bit more on other things. But I'm going to do what I got to do to make sure this happens the best way.
Yeah.
Right. It always impresses me, like how much we can film in the short amount of time we have to do it. I mean,
You guys got a great team. I mean, you guys
that's
got a great core there.
right. It's all down to your actors and actresses, and if they can nail it, boy, you're in the golden.
Yeah.
And so far, we've been lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's some people talk about, like when you do the production schedule, how many pages of script you can film in one day. I'm not even going to tell you the number of pages we filmed last weekend on Saturday because it was insane. But we did not work a 12-hour day. I don't maybe 10 hours. Which is pretty typical on set. No one was burned out at the end of it. We weren't like, working through the night or any of that kind of crazy stuff. But everyone was prepared. Everybody showed up ready. They knew we had a schedule to meet. They worked hard. We did time checks in between, to see, can we do another take? But everybody was comfortable with what we shot. A lot of times we'll ask not just the director, but the actors as well. Like, are you good with that last take that we did, because everybody needs to be comfortable. Everybody wants to be shown in their best light, and we do our best to do that.
Right. I think we even wrapped at 7 o'clock on that Saturday, if I remember.
Yeah, I think we did, which is pretty good to wrap at 7 p.m.
A very well-oiled machine. I mean, you guys have. I'm sure it doesn't happen overnight. The team you guys have built. That's why I said like the other things will come for sure. I mean, because you guys really have built from the ground up what you're doing, and what you guys are doing now is impressive, and it'll get there. And the fact that you guys are able to get along, not strangle each other on a grinding work. I mean, I'm sure there's moments. There's got to be moments, but then again, Anne looks so sweet. But then again, I think she is an actress. She is an actress.
No, I mean, we've never had an incident on set when we're getting ready to strangle one another, and I think that's one of the reasons I take pride in. We've never had any issues on set.
I've been lucky enough to meet a lot of your cast and have them and spoken with them, and I see. I have no disbelief with it because each person I've met and talked to, some of the nicest people. The Hefners, great. You guys are great. Bill Russell's been on the show, great guy. Angel Bradford, and just the people you name right there. I know them well, and not only are they talented, they're good people, and that even goes a long way with what I do. Like I know a lot of talented people, but they got to be good people in order to do what we do in the Krypt. And I've been lucky enough to have some great people, great talent that believe in what we're doing and accomplishing. So I try to see the similarities, and I definitely respect what you guys are doing.
I mean, I always say we're not there making a multi-million-dollar movie. We're just there as friends to make a movie and have fun.
Yeah, creating art, man. I mean, what I do, I don't make a nickel. I mean, I probably spend more than I make, but I love to do it. It's a passion of mine doing Doomsday's Krypt. It's a dream of mine to have these podcasts and be able to talk to people like you and other people in the horror community, filmmakers, mask makers, artists. I mean, for me, it's a true honor, and then to be able to display it on a table. And I mean, I'm a lucky guy. I'm very honored with what I do, and it's a lot of fun. And you can't build something if you don't enjoy it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you can tell
I mean, the minute you stop having fun, what's the point?
Yeah, one of the things I did a little different this time from the producer standpoint is just had one-on-one phone conversations with each person in the cast. Let them know that, anything you need, anything you're having an issue with, do speak up. We learn a lot when people actually have opinions about things and voice their opinions. And you don't necessarily want to wait until the last minute, like after you shot a take and, then somebody has an idea to change it all up. I mean, we'll listen to that, but sometimes it's hard to integrate things at the last minute. So really encouraged people as they were going through the script and building their characters and learning their lines. If you think of something, let's talk about it before we get on set.
Yeah, don't just do it off the cuff.
Yeah, just so that, because you don't want to, if somebody has a good idea and you want to interject that, this particularly Sorority Babes, it's a bit of an ensemble piece. So there's a lot of people in almost every scene. If you interject an idea at that point in time and the rest of the scene partners don't know about it, it can kind of throw them off. So that's why I just try to encourage
You-
people to
You're
give
professionals.
everybody a heads up.
You want a blueprint of what you're doing going into the thing. So when you're building this house or scene, it's built right. There's not something one piece that's gonna make the whole thing fall down.
Yeah. But we had time for fun too. There's some behind the scenes pics of us in the hot tub. So yeah, we have a hot tub scene with
Oh,
all
look
these
at that. Already time
horror
at
icons.
Acrostar.
Yeah.
Film movies, hot tub after. I can imagine. You guys look like you have fun. You can almost tell when you're watching, and I find this especially in indie movies, when you can tell the cast and the crew are definitely getting along. You can just see it when the project comes because you only have that budget, and you can tell when things are running smoothly on a tight budget where there's not a room for a lot of errors. I mean, with what you guys
Right.
do, like you were saying, even with people interjecting ideas, tell you before, not after. You guys are on this time frame, this window, in order to make it financially work and be able to produce what you need to do. And there's no extra days. There is no tomorrow.
Exactly.
Right. We're not coming back for any reshoots, so it's now or never.
Yep.
You got some fams here. All the hard work and how well you work together really increases the interest in the film. So anxious to see Sorority Babes. You guys check. All you got to do, and I even looked it up this way. I look up Steve Hermann, and just type in Steve Hermann, and a lot of his films will pop up right on Tubi for you to check out. It came from somewhere. I highly recommend. Bill Russell's in it. The Hefner Girls. Miss Ann Myrna's there. And then if you watch Desperate Souls, you got Angel Bradford. So a stellar cast of people I know. And Matt Skinner at the end of It Came From Somewhere. I can't forget about Matt at the end. He killed it in his role.
I love those videos at the end.
That's the best. Matt, I'm real happy he's starring in a role. He's spent such an important part to the indie community as well.
Absolutely.
Supporting and producing. So, big ups to that man. And plus, he's a great dad to his son, Charlie. So,
Absolutely.
gotta love that dude. I know he's out there, so we love you, buddy. But what's so do you want to play? I say we play a trailer. What do you think? We got 2 trailers.
Yeah, let's go with Disremembered.
We're gonna do that right now. Here we go. If I can get to it. Let's do a full screen so people can see the whole thing. Here we go. And action.
Why? I can't help it. You have to stay with me, Veronica. Don't leave me alone.
Samantha, everything I've done has only made things worse.
Has it?
So, Sam, tell me about yourself.
I don't really have a story to tell. I just moved here about a year ago to make a better life for myself. Found a really good friend in Becca. To the ones in our lives who we've loved, past and present.
To past loved ones.
Have you ever found Sam to be a bit strange?
What do you mean?
It's Jamie Apple, right?
Just the way that
No,
she acts
Kelsey
about
Baker.
Becca,
Oh, it was Kelsey. Okay,
especially when I'm around.
I'm sitting
I
back.
think maybe you're reading into it a little too much.
You know what scares me the most?
What?
What happens when I'm no longer needed?
I'll always need you, just like you'll always need me.
You left me alone, and I will not let you leave me alone ever again.
I'm going to keep you here. Help you feel better. Help you remember. I make everything better. Veronica. This will all be over soon, and you'll finally be rid of her. How's it make you feel? Let the fun begin.
Oh, all right. Very cool. I love that trailer. I mean, that sound was. I love the tone in that trailer. Dong. It kicks at the right time. Great editing. Great trailer. You got Angel Bradford. I had a teacher called Radford. I told her every time I hear her name, Bradford. Bradford. I just got to do it. Days. 30 years later, pretty bad. Yeah. I mean, that looks really, really good. Really interesting.
Yeah, it's
When's
more of
this one gonna be?
like a psychological horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Angel has some acting chops.
She's
She really
yeah, she
brought
can
it.
bring that, because she looks so sweet and innocent,
Hmm.
but you can tell. You can tell. She'll turn that on. She'll mess you up if you piss her off.
I
She's the
mean,
best. She does
if you
great
thought she
things.
was if you thought she was kind of crazy as Moira in Desperate Souls, she
Yeah.
kind of tops it with this one.
Yeah, I've seen her in a few films now, and she definitely talented girl, because she does have the innocent look, but she can play that menace when she wants to. She can really turn up that fire and a character, go from one really kind and sweet to Texas Chainsaw Massacre crazy, or we'll say Three from Hell. Yeah, she is she's great. She's great. I'm a big fan. So it's cool you guys have worked with her. Now, is this the second movie with her now you guys have done?
Yes.
So Desperate Souls and Disremembered. So that is very cool. And I know we have some Sorority Babes fans out here excited. And we do have a trailer for that. Should we talk? Let's talk about Disremembered a little more.
Okay.
But we do have the Sorority Babes for you guys too.
Yeah, so the status of Disremembered is it's in post-production. Steve, why don't you go ahead and say exactly where we're at? Because
It's currently in the last stages of sound editing. So hopefully next month or the beginning of March, we'll be able to release it.
Very cool.
This is probably even darker than Desperate Souls. I mean, it's kind of based off a book that I read several years ago called Remember Me, which I'd never be able to film.
Which made you disremember it.
Yeah. Because if I film it the way, if I did a straight adaptation, it'd probably have a freaking X rating. But so I had to twist it a little bit. So I really can't go much into it because I think the last half of the movie is like a major spoiler, and I can't really.
I wouldn't want you
Angel's
to
character
I
goes.
love a twist at the end, so I don't even want to. I don't want any spoilers. I wouldn't want you to do that to yourself. Angel killed poor Paul Nada and Desperate Souls. Poor man. You couldn't survive Bradford.
Paul was
But,
a zombie.
yeah.
Paul was a zombie for us in Attack of the Corn Zombies.
Oh, Paul's great. Paul's been such a great supporter and out
Absolutely.
there as well. So big shout out to you, Paul Nada. We love you out there in the horror community. Keep doing what you're doing. What was I gonna say? Tony's a big fan. She'll be following you everywhere. I was gonna say in March, if you guys have it released before I get to Chicago, I'll let people know where to check it out. I'll be the 22nd to the 24th. I'll be at Days of the Dead in Chicago. So let me know. And I got a small table. I'm out there advertising the launch of the Doomsday's Krypt online store. And I'm actually opening a physical store and some of the plans we got going on. So a movie like yours, I definitely want to be talking about, lead them to you. So, yeah.
Well, I will try to come. I'll try to come by your table and see you, John.
Well, then you come sit at my table. You can come sit with me. I don't really have anybody coming. You come and promote what you guys are doing.
Sweet.
You're good. Yeah, I'm. There's a few other filmmakers going. I know CJ Vecchio is going to be there. I don't really have anybody sitting at the table, so feel free to sit there and promote what you guys are doing. You're more than welcome.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully people will be able to see Disremembered soon, like Steve said, within
Maybe
a
we
month
can
to two.
try to get a some sort of screening of it in a sense, even if it's at the table to get people to go and check it out. We'll do something.
Yeah, that'd be
We'll
cool.
figure it out. We'll talk
Awesome.
about it. And
Awesome.
Paul Nada will be up there. You know, maybe he'll come walking through some corn, you know,
As a zombie.
I don't know. Yeah, you know. Corn zombie. Here for an autograph, Ann. No, but that'd be fine with me. I'm more than happy to have you guys promote your stuff at the table. That's what it's going to be. A few items, some cool art. We got some skateboard decks since the Hellraiser cast is going to be there. Ken Sagos is going to be there. The Nightmare on Elm Street 3 cast. We actually got Ken coming on, me and Beatrice, February 12th. And that should be a fun show. And we'll be seeing him in Chicago and at the landing camp and all the rest of the cast. I'm excited for Chicago. Very excited.
Cool. So how about some sorority babes?
Let's do sorority babes. I'm down. We got the fans out there, and I know Mr. Skinner out there is one of them. So we are going to do this. Let me share it.
So this is a raw clip from the movie because we've just started post-production. So it's not exactly a trailer or anything like that yet.
Is this the first time everybody's seeing?
If you're in our Facebook group and you saw the post, then you've seen this clip before. But, you know, there's a lot of posts in the group. So, you know, yeah, it's very new. A couple days, like 2 days old, I think.
Let's do it up. Let's get this playing. Here we go.
Welcome, dear.
Oh, let me,
Please come before us.
Lynn Lowry. He's such a sweetheart.
So I don't want to come off as rude, but this might not be the best time for this. Just a little fucked up.
That's okay, love. Drunk high makes no difference to your initiation.
Wait, you guys knew I was high?
Oh, there's not much we don't know about you, Rugag.
And it was obvious. Here, drink this.
What's this? Your guys' blood?
Well, if it was, and you drank it, you'd become just like us.
So I'd be old. Ah, no offense.
Oh, none taken.
This is to help you relax and prepare for what's about to come.
It's the first step to becoming part of the sorority.
So I'm in?
Drink it.
Hey, I can't seem to move.
Your major was mortuary science, is that right?
That was fantastic. That was fantastic. The legendary Lynn Lowry. That was such a great clip you shared with us. It really got me interested. I see now why the comments are so excited.
Yeah, again, this film is different than all the ones we've done before. We've got like totally different lighting style with this one. It's a short, so let me just kind of explain like where this fits with all the Acrostar stuff. So we're using this short. It's an independent film from anything else, but we're using it as a proof of concept to do a feature film version that's going to be called Night of the Dead Sorority Babes.
Nothing like zombies, and I gotta agree. You guys were amazing in that trailer. Really, really well done. Really well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
So yeah, we've structured it so there's an independent Indiegogo campaign for sorority babes. So if people are into building up IMDb credits, you can participate with sorority babes, and you can participate again with Night of the Dead sorority babes. So, you know, kind of a way for people to maybe get double the credits if that's the type of thing they're after. We will have some cast involvement in terms of Indiegogo perks for the feature film because we're trying to go big on the feature. meaning raise a lot of money so that we can really extend this to be, hour and a half long type of thing. So you've got, in both films, you've got scantily clad young ladies who are interested in being part of this prestigious sorority that happens to be run by a couple of older women who have been around for a long time.
Beautiful older women too.
We're kind of like witches, you could say. And not very many people make it out of the sorority house. Let's just put it that way.
So there's going to be death in the movie?
Oh, there will be death, yes.
Oh.
It's a horror film. What can we say? There's going to be, Steve has a very creative mind.
He does.
Even when the cast read the script for the short, Lynn Lowry's first question was, are you sure you want to go that big on the horror? Like, what are we going to have left for the feature film? And he's like, oh, I've got plenty. So we're hoping people are pleased.
What do you got left? Hold my beer.
Right. We got more sorority babes to kill. I mean,
that's true. So there's a little bit of a cast difference between the short and the feature. So in the short, we have Morgan Thompson, and in real life, she is due to have a baby right after our filming time for the feature. So it's not wise for her to be traveling at that point in her pregnancy. So she will not be in the feature, but the feature will include two people who could not make it for the short, which would be Mel Heflin and Anna Clary.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Sorry. I mean, I'm sure it's a good reason that she can't be in the feature, though. I'm sure.
Yes.
There's no regrets on our part. I'm sure she is excited. So best wishes to her and a healthy, happy baby.
Absolutely.
So also, I was going to say, one of the things I really love about what you guys do on your campaigns, and I am going to get on, I was looking at some and I'm deciding which ones. And I was talking to Matt Skinner about this the other night. Your prices are really great on your perks. They're well balanced. It's not overpriced. There's value to it, and it helps you guys be able to take those next steps. So, guys, check out these campaigns that they're putting on. I left a link to Acrostar as well, and you can follow them on Facebook, and they're going to keep you up to date. You're going to see the posts on Facebook as well. But follow them as well on the Facebook group for Acrostar, because you're going to be up to date and you're going to catch scenes like we just watched now on their group page, and keep up to date and see what the perks are and see what's coming up in their films, what's the next project, because they are busy. You're going to be involved or have potential to be involved in some really amazing films at a really valuable price, and you're helping a talented company build to be to that next level, which they do deserve. You guys do deserve it.
Oh, thanks, John.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy year, that's for sure.
Yeah. I'm very impressed with what you guys do with the budget you have. I mean, and the way you're able to pump out not only ideas, you're not just pumping out films like just, all right, we're throwing out this film. You guys are actually, like I said, putting a lot of thought into each one of these films. It's impressive that you guys, and Steve, you can come up with these ideas as fast as you do, and not only come up with them, get them finished, complete, written, and ready to roll.
Yeah, my brain never sleeps. It's just constantly
It doesn't
moving.
sleep, does it? It doesn't.
No. Sleep? Who needs it?
My eyes might be closed, but I'm not sleeping.
Right.
Something's running.
Right. It never shuts down. I mean, one scene pops in my head. Oh shit, I'm screwed. Because now
it becomes. I guarantee it becomes like OCD, where it's just like, I'm not going to be able to do anything until I complete it, and then you get another idea, and the cycle just continues. I'm guessing.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you just sit there and go, oh, crap. Well, now I got to write it down.
I got it done, man. I could take a break. 10 minutes later, I just watched Mystery Science Theater.
Right. Oh, crap. I got to do that. Oh, yeah, that's about it.
But I get it. You guys have been great. We're going to talk more about Days of the Dead Chicago. When we're getting ready to go, we'll talk about the release of Disremembered. Is that the one, or both
Yep.
will be out by that? Disremembered will be out by March.
Actually,
maybe out by March.
Yeah,
Either way,
Sorority
we're gonna still
Babes.
promote those films.
Yeah,
We'll
Sorority
talk
Babes
about
for
stuff.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll hit you up. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah,
It'll
you're
be
more than
fun.
welcome. You guys, I mean, that's what the community is about. The fact you guys are going to be there, and we got to promote what you guys are doing. You know, we got your back.
Sounds good, Jen.
Well,
Thanks
thank you
so much.
Yeah, anytime. And thanks again, Ann. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, chat. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to my amazing co-hosts. Tune in tomorrow night. We got a huge show tomorrow. We got Tom Matthews, Tommy Jarvis himself from Part 6, Friday the 13th. Jason Lives. My first Friday the 13th. I've met Tom a few times. Great guy. Brett's become awesome friends. I think they just ask for each other to be at conventions because it seems like they're at conventions all the time. And I'll be seeing Tom a couple times this year. Really, really excited. So tune in tomorrow for that. 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, if I can speak. And then we also got the return of DK and the Bees Horror Buzz with Amanda Kruger, Beatrice Bupley. We got Ken Sago's Kincaid from Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 3 and 4. We're going to have a cool giveaway. We're going to have a few giveaways. I think we're going to do a comic. I'm going to announce and keep you guys updated what we're doing. We're going to make Freddie's mom and the guy who really cursed out her son get together, maybe hash this out. I know she's had problems with her son. She's very defensive of him. It could be, very Maury, Jerry Springerish. We're hoping not. I'm hoping to keep the peace, but tune in for that February 12th. Thank you again, guys. Peace out. We will see you soon.
Good night. Thanks.
Good night.
Thank you.